December 4, 1872, the North Atlantic. A British ship called the Gratia travels from New York when a worker at the wheel observes a strange sight on the water. This other vessel is positioned 6 miles away from the front of the boat. The sails are set and the boat moves. However, the boat drifts in a curious manner. The ship moves from side to side because no human hand directs the steering. Many people believe that the ocean hides many secrets. A strange vessel was spotted by the helmsman. First mate Oliver DeVoe uses a small boat to reach the ship. Oliver DeVoe climbs the wooden side and walks across the empty deck. The man shouts for people. Silence follows. What Oliver DeVoe finds will stay in the memory of the world for the next 150 years. It has been observed that the atmosphere on the Mary Celeste was haunting. The deck was walked upon by the first mate in total silence. The ship is the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste departed New York on November 7, 1872, while carrying 1,701 containers of industrial alcohol for the city of Genoa, Italy. The Mary Celeste is a 282-ton brigantine which is strong and prepared strong for the journey. On this vessel was Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs. Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs was 37 years old. Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs was a religious man from New England who spent 10 years on the water. People claim that the captain was known for being fair and disciplined. His wife Sarah accompanied him. Their 2-year-old daughter Sophia was there. 7 skilled workers were also on the boat. 10 individuals lived on the Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste was considered a seaworthy vessel. Oliver DeVoe walks through the rooms of the Mary Celeste. Oliver DeVoe opens the kitchen area. Sustenance was still present there. Oliver DeVoe looks at the sleeping areas of the crew. The private items of the workers remain there. Their heavy waterproof footwear, which a sailor needs during a crisis, was not taken. The small escape boat was missing. The timekeeping device, the navigation tool, and the written record of the ship were gone. The witness later said during a legal meeting, everything about the deck was in good order. There was not a trace of trouble. Experts claim that the ship was sailing without any human guidance. The galley was found in a normal state by Oliver DeVoe. David Morehouse, who was the leader of the Gratia, was a friend of Benjamin Briggs. These 2 men ate a meal together in the New York docks before the voyage began. David Morehouse understood that Benjamin Briggs was not a person who took risks. Benjamin Briggs did not consume alcohol. Experts claim that a man of his character does not leave a functional ship in the middle of the North Atlantic. The character of Benjamin Briggs was respected by David Morehouse. The final written note in the logbook of the Mary Celeste was created at 5 in the morning on November 25th, which was 9 days before the Gratia arrived. The Mary Celeste was located near the island of Santa Maria in the Azores. The Mary Celeste spent 9 days on the vast water while no person controlled the wheel. David Morehouse decided on a plan. David Morehouse divided his workers and sent Oliver DeVoe with 2 other men to the silent ship. Both boats moved 600 miles toward Gibraltar, even though the group was small. On December 13, 1872, the Mary Celeste reached the port. It has been observed that the journey to Gibraltar was very difficult. The Mary Celeste was guided to safety by the small crew. At Gibraltar, a legal authority began a formal study. The facts gathered made the situation more confusing. The load of 1,701 alcohol containers was mostly untouched. 9 of these containers were empty or leaking. These barrels are constructed from red oak, which is a material that allows air to pass through. The machine used for removing water from the Mary Celeste was taken apart. 3.5 feet of water moved in the bottom of the ship. The sails were harmed by the powerful wind. The maps were scattered. The timekeeping device and the ship's register were not found. However, the heavy boots remained near the beds. the things belonging to a small child were still in the room. It has been observed that the event happened in a short time. This crisis took minutes instead of hours. The pump was disassembled by unknown hands. Men looking for clues found marks on the front and red spots on the wooden floor. The lawyer Frederick Soliflood argued that these spots were human blood. Frederick Soliflood believed that a crime was committed. Frederick Soliflood thought the crew of the Dei Gratia killed the people, threw the bodies away, and lied about the finding. Later, a scientific study showed that the spots were only rust. Many people believe that the lawyer was wrong in his judgment. No blood was found, no people were found, no solutions were found. The stains were later identified as natural wood discoloration. Soliflood changed the legal meeting into a search for enemies. People from that time said that the pride of this man was greater than his intelligence. Frederick Soliflood discovered nothing. The court gave the workers of the Dei Gratia a small amount of money, even though they deserved more. This was a secret punishment for a crime that nobody could prove. The workers were declared innocent. However, doubt remained in the minds of the public. The 10 individuals from the Mary Celeste were gone. No body was discovered, no person was confirmed as deceased. The Mary Celeste simply moved forward without its people. It has been observed that the suspicion remained for a long time. The salvage prize was awarded to the crew by the court. During the last 150 years, the world suggested 5 major ideas. These were 5 attempts to explain the mystery. A rebellion by the crew was the first idea, but it was rejected. Investigators from the Victorian time thought the workers drank the alcohol and attacked Captain Benjamin Briggs. However, the cargo was industrial ethanol, which is poisonous to drink. Men who rebel usually keep the ship instead of leaving it. Benjamin Briggs wrote a letter to his mother which said the workers were peaceful and talented. People who study history found no conflict when they spoke to the families of the crew. No reason existed, no body was seen. Many people believe that this theory is like a ghost for a ghost ship. The crew was described as first-class sailors by the captain. A large wind on the water could have caused low pressure, which makes a sailor think the ship is sinking. An earthquake under the sea might have caused a similar fear. This idea is possible. However, no physical proof was found. The Mary Celeste was discovered without damage, and the Mary Celeste was able to sail. It has been observed that whatever frightened 10 people did not leave a mark on the wood. The ship was found in a stable condition. Scientific experiments can show how this event happened. 9 containers were leaking. This industrial ethanol creates a gas that fills a wooden room. When the Mary Celeste moved into the warm area of the Azores, these gases became stronger. When a door was opened, perhaps by a sailor who used a fire tool, the gas exploded. Experts claim that this explosion would not burn the wood. A pressure wave was created by the leaking ethanol. In 2006, a scientist named Dr. Andrea Sella created a small model of the room inside the Mary Celeste. Dr. Andrea Sella used gas to create an explosion. Dr. Andrea Sella said that a wave of fire was created, but the air remained cool. No black marks were left on the wood. Later, other scientists in Manchester did the same experiment. The heat reached 2000 degrees, yet the wood was not harmed. Many people believe that this explains why no evidence of fire was found on the Mary Celeste. A spectacular wave of flame was observed during the test. This theory suggests that Benjamin Briggs heard the sound. Benjamin Briggs felt the Mary Celeste shake. The captain thought the ship would explode. Captain Benjamin Briggs ordered the people into the small boat. They tied a rope to the Mary Celeste while they waited for the gas to leave. Then the rope broke. A storm came. The Mary Celeste moved faster. The small boat was pushed under the water because it was too heavy and not protected. The Mary Celeste continued her journey. It has been observed that the rope was found broken. The boat was likely swamped by the high waves. A study in 2007 suggested that a human mistake happened. A broken tool for measuring time could have confused the captain. The water pump was broken. The water inside the Mary Celeste looked dangerous. If Benjamin Briggs believed the Mary Celeste was sinking near land, leaving the ship was a logical choice. Benjamin Briggs was wrong about both things. No land was close. The Mary Celeste was not sinking. The Mary Celeste sailed for 9 days to show she was safe. Experts claim that the captain acted with rational fear. The abandonment was triggered by false information. The idea of a scam suggests that someone wanted money from the cargo. However, Benjamin Briggs owned a part of the Mary Celeste. Benjamin Briggs would lose everything if the Mary Celeste vanished. Also, Benjamin Briggs brought his family. Experts claim that the father does not put his child in danger for money. No motive for fraud was discovered by the investigators. The Mary Celeste did not find peace. The Mary Celeste had 17 different owners, and each person found the ship to be unlucky. The last leader of the Mary Celeste carried boots and animal food but told the insurance company the load was expensive. This man crashed the Mary Celeste into a reef in Haiti. The Mary Celeste did not sink immediately. The captain was punished by the law and died soon after. One of his friends took his own life and another man lost his mind. It has been observed that the ship brought misery to many. The vessel was deliberately grounded by the final captain. In August 2001, an explorer named Clive Cussler said he found the pieces of the ship in Haiti. People still argue if it is the real Mary Celeste. It is appropriate that the Mary Celeste remains a mystery. Experts claim that the remains on the reef belong to the famous ship. The discovery was announced by Clive Cussler. Benjamin and Sarah Briggs left a son named Arthur in Massachusetts. Arthur never saw his family again. The last letter from Sarah said the workers were good men. Benjamin Briggs wrote that the Mary Celeste was in a beautiful condition. Then there was no more sound. It has been observed that the child suffered a great loss. The letters were received by the family before the silence. 150 years later, the fate of these people is unknown. Science can explain an explosion without fire. Theories are available which seem true. However, the people are gone. A grave was never found. Many people believe that the sea will never give back the answers. The individuals of the Mary Celeste were never seen again. The Mary Celeste is famous because of the question it asks. Every captain who stands on a ship and every parent who loves a child thinks about this. What would make a person leave a safe place? Experts claim that this mystery is the greatest of the ocean. The answer is sought by everyone who hears the story.